Okay, dear, I'm going to call you fraud workers. Seth Aaron. Now, my daughter and I were down at the Marion Transfer Center. We saw you. The time before that, you were on the bus with me and you said you were managing some apartments and you wanted to get my number because you said you could get me into an apartment. I said, no, we have pets. We're not good for living in apartments. Then I started hearing a car that Galvin used to get picked up in when he was staying at the building with me and my girls at 3304 East Hillsborough Avenue. He said, "Oh, I met this girl at work or something and we're going to the movies." I said, "Okay, that's nice." Galvin and I were not sexual. Galvin and I were strictly platonic. So one night God said, go to the door and see who he's leaving with. Now at first I thought that was Nene because he and Nene used to hook up over when they were over there at the Good Samaritan. Hi Nene, I hope treatment is going well for you and I hope I'm not telling any secrets. I don't think this is secret. People saw Galvin sitting in the car with you at the Good Samaritan. But then I remembered her car didn't sound like that, not unless she sold her catalytic converter and then it would make that kind of sound. But it looked similar to the car that she used to be in. Now I'm hearing about some kind of lies that I'm a spendthrift and I can't manage my money and I need help. I'm incompetent. Galvin, are you telling those kind of lies against my character? If you are, it's so amazing. You are a person with many different personalities. You should really take up acting. You've got a nice, symmetrical, handsome face. You've got beautiful teeth. If you've been taking care of them like I told you to, brush with baking soda. Gargle with 50% water, 50% peroxide. Now, you and your little girlfriend Melina, you all go through the earth trying to be so friendly, talking about Jesus and God so people can let their guards down so that they feel comfortable around you and they might leave their purse on the table while they go to the bathroom. And you know you're thieves. Are you all a part of that Nigerian ring? I think it's pretty despicable. And shame on you. And I cast judgment on you. I kept telling my daughter, Aset, who was in the same room with Melina, or, since that's not your real name, Jubilee DeBeck. Is Jubilee DeBeck your real name, or is that somebody else's identity that you took over? Y'all need to cut that shit out. You're young. You both are attractive. You had a lot of life before you. You could have went and taken a training program, become a security guard. But then I don't know what kind of criminal record you already have. You might have several felons already for identity theft and those kind of crimes already. So you can't work a decent job because of your felony record. I didn't ever try to pull your name or send it through a system and try to see who you were. I was devastated. I was so busy trying to get our childhood home back and restabilize my life and get my children back under the same roof so that I could help nurture them and lead and guide them so that they could go out into the world and be productive young adult citizens. And then when we got evicted June 2nd, 2022 by A Plus Properties, a fake LLC owner, Eric Allen, who is the same person as my brother Anthony Catharteris Atkins, who stole everything through fraud from his sisters. From this sister, I can speak for myself. I don't know what kind of deals my other two sisters made, but my mom left 6 pieces of property. My mother, Dorothy Jean Atkins, And Arthur Atkins, my daddy, left 6 pieces of property. My mama left a will. I went and got, leave me alone. I went and got a copy from the 13th Judicial Circuit Court, and it said share equally. All of this is on YouTube, my Lily YouTube channel that was stolen from me. So, Galvin, do you know where my FEMA check is, my $750? Do you know where that money is that Sherry Williams was supposed to be sending me through your Cash App account around Storm Ian, when you and Melina went and stayed at a hotel and paid $219 a night? That's what Melina told Aset. And then Aset said that Melina said we can come and stay with her. And we never came and stayed with you all. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh no, my brother Wesley sent me money. Nobody sent any money to my Cash App for you. And I still believed you. I tried to make it be like, well, Melina, his girlfriend, is always in his phone. So maybe Melina took the money and switched it to her Cash App account, and he never knew that it came. But you were a thief the whole while. And I'm frustrated that I can be so easily deceived. So I'm going to work on that. I've read a lot of books about body language, but when you take a person's home and then you make it so they don't have car insurance and they can't drive back and forth to work, and keep good food in their body and take baths regularly and rest regularly, they're subject to just strange decision making. And I thought I might be able to use you in my school for the security guard and helping me recruit other people, since you say you made 6 figures in California as a headhunter. You were a job recruiter. Was that true? Probably not, huh? Well, I want to say to you all that I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that you took advantage of, and I'm pretty sure that you're probably going to get federal time, probably for a good little while. You really need to try to get on a proper path. One of the things I noticed about both of you all, you and Melina, you didn't have your own parents. You weren't raised by your birth mother, birth father. Melina told me she was in the foster care system, and her Caucasian mother has her daughter because they said she was drinking and driving with the baby in the car, which I believe she did it. And I said to Melina, even if you did it, just apologize and do better. And she just turned on me. She got mad and turned into a whole different personality. So you had another tragic event where you said your dad or killed your mom or something like that. So my heart went out to you. I realized that both of you all could be lying, and those could be cover stories so that people would feel sorry for you and try to take you under their wings as, their godson or goddaughter, and then, you could take advantage of them. It's not okay to do that to people. Melina, did you, when you invited us out to dinner, you wanted so bad for us to go to dinner to eat with you, and we went to Poppy's Island Crew restaurant up on Hillsboro near 22nd Street, and I got those potato balls. What do you call those? I think I got a double crab and a stuffed potato. And when Galvin was going to be late and you said, go ahead and order, I went ahead and ordered. And when I got my potato ball, it was like really, really bitter when I bit into it. So I decided only to eat the potato and not the stuffing. And Galvin was sharing and tasting my potato, and you tapped him and whispered in his ear. Were you the one that put something inside of that potato? Were you trying to poison me, little Alpha? You know you reap what you sow, right? And I was telling a set what I was thinking. And of course, they think that I am just so outlandish. I think everything is voodoo and everybody's out to get me. And it's like, I guess as children, when you haven't been trained by your parent, because I didn't get a chance to raise my daughter and her twin brother because they were stolen from me. I was an activist. I picked off a lot of people, and they were stolen from me by the 13th Judicial Circuit Court with a bunch of lies. And you all knew that, and you came right behind that and told a bunch of lies against my character, trying to cause me harm again. And that's wrong. And your upbringing and the tragedies that have befell you in life are no excuse for your behavior. You really need to try to pull it together. I know when a lot of people go to prison and jail, they have the opportunity to educate themselves. So you need to get in a training program while you're in there. Some people even come out and they have a law degree. So there's nothing to stop you now. If you're going to federal penitentiary for the foolishness, you can hunker down and make something of yourself. Galvin, when I asked you if you would tow my car and I pay you another $20 using your AAA, you did that for me once before when we were leaving Graham's hostel. You towed my car from on the street because they put a sign on it that 3 days, 72 day notice saying, if you don't move this car, we're going to tow it. I had to call the police and get an extension and all of that. You and Nene were standing outside and AAA was there. And I ran over there and said, hey, who has a AAA card? Can I please get your help? And I paid you $20 and you called AAA and AAA moved my car from over by Graham's hostel off of Ola Avenue and moved it to the backyard of the Good Samaritan. I paid John Watson $50 for the month. And then all of a sudden, what's that other man's name? He's telling me he's going to have my car towed away from there. I said, no, I already paid John. We already agreed I have the month. Well, and he's like, well, we're going to tow it away from here. I said, you can't do that. And then he calmed down and said, well, you only have 1 month. After this month is up, you got to move the car from here. Now, John Watson was perfectly fine with me having my car there. So somebody behind the scenes changed something. And then I had to scramble to try to get a place for my car. Now, let me tell you what's happening. Let's fast forward. You came to help me move my car, and I didn't have anywhere to move my car to. I had to get my car from over at Mr. Ray's house down on Mohawk across from Safely Motors, Safely Towing. And I'm like, Lord, where am I going to move my car? And I moved my car to Dr. Twiggs's building. But I was supposed to move my car to Sarah Street over Homeless Helping Homeless. And I was telling you, I'm really afraid to put my car over there because I think somebody's going to steal it like real quick, or the homeless people are going to start living in it. And so I moved it to Dr. Twiggs's building without his permission. And I apologize, Dr. Twiggs. I apologize, okay? Moved it to Dr. Twiggs's place. Now, I ended up staying in that building. I was supposed to pay Dr. Twiggs some more money. Les Brown gave Dr. Twiggs money. Or did you steal the money that Les Brown sent for me to stay there? The other question I want to know is, do you know where my car is? We went over there. We passed by on the bus all the time and checked on my car. And about once every 3 to 4 weeks, we would go and check on the car so that people could see us. I'd put a for sale sign on it. When I came back, the for sale sign was gone. I put a no trespassing sign on it. When I came back, the no trespassing sign was gone. And I figured some of the crackheads in the area probably were trying to sleep in it, so they were pulling up the cover, getting in it, and then taking the sign off. Or maybe Kenneth was mad and he was yanking the sign off of it. I don't know. Maybe Brent was sleeping in the car because his brother, Lyndon, sold his car, his auto repair, business up on at 37th Street and East Hillsboro, and that left him homeless because he used to sleep at the shop. So now I'm thinking, did Galvin move my car? Did Galvin take my car because he needed money? Because you told me when you were drunk that the money that Sherry Williams sent me, Yahweh told you you could keep because you needed it. And when I said that to you the next morning, you were like, if you're going to be making up stories, now you know you drink like a fish. I don't drink at all. But then you're going to accuse me of making up stories. And I was like, Lord, you got to move him away from here because I've been duped again. This man ain't rational. Instead of him thinking, oh, did I say that while I was drunk? I mean, you could have denied it, but you're going to accuse me of making up stories. And that's just shameful. So that's why I filled out the complaint to ask the FBI to help me find out where all of my Cash App funds were going. And did you divert my Cash App monies to your account some kind of way? I don't expect you to tell me the truth. I would wish you would tell me the truth, but I don't expect you to tell me the truth. I think you're a liar, and that's just your way of being. You tell lies. Just like you said you weren't there when they were passing around the reefer stick at the Good Samaritan. And when I talked to my daughter and told her what you said, she said, well, Galvin is the one that passed it to me. And it was too late to realize you as a liar. But I will say this, you're a fine liar. You definitely got over on me. I don't think you'll get over on the CIA, FBI, Department of Justice, DEA, but you got me. I didn't think that you would come over there to the building and tell the little crackheads they could be in the backyard after I told you that Kenneth said they can't be in the backyard. And why would you want to go hang out with the crackheads anyway? And I was back there cleaning up one day. You were in the backyard that night before. And Spirit said that you had sex with the little crackhead back there in the backyard. I had to pick up the paper with, the cum all on it where you done wiped yourself off and just throw it down on the ground. And because I had been picking up back there often, I noticed that the trend changed when you started going back there. I started seeing those wadded up, paper towels. And a lot of them people got AIDS, right? And I didn't see no condom, so that means you probably had sex with them crackheads with no condom. You need to get checked for, you know what I'm talking about. So don't be lying on me. I didn't give you access to no money. I ain't give you no credit cards. I didn't give you permission to do no business for me. So tell the truth. You'd be amazed at what can happen and how God will bless your life when you tell the truth. Okay? And I know you were talking like you were a little suicidal. You're like, well, you have this zeal for life and, all of us don't have that. And I was thinking, wow, he sounds like he's suicidal. That might have been a game too, just to play on my sympathy. Well, it's 18 minutes going on 19, and we don't have a lot of storage space, so I have to end this. So maybe I would like an apology letter. I know a lot of times when you go before the judge, they'll say you need to pay restitution and you need to give a letter of apology. So I want you and Melina and Seth Aaron, if he's a part of it, Kevin, if he's a part of it, Taz, if he's a part of it, Roosevelt, if he's a part of it. These are all people we met at that Good Samaritan Inn. If you're a part of it, and I want you to tell me in detail what you took from me and why. Okay. Today is the 19th of February, Monday, 2024, and it's 10:50 a.m. right now, Tampa, Florida. And if that's you in that loud car hanging around here where we are now, carry your ass on. I told you last, let me see, that was December when I put you out of the building. That was December of 2023. I told you to kick rocks, right? That means go to hell on. Go live your life somewhere else. And you kept coming back, coming back, coming back. And I realized that you were probably hurting, and we are a really great family to be around. We don't require much. We're happy off of life. God sends us the resources that we need to eat and, shelter ourselves, and we make the most out of life. And I thought you being around a family unit, that would help stabilize you. And you seem to be happy. I mean, the only thing was I didn't want you going to the back of the building, so you had to go outside to piss and find somewhere else to shit. That's because I have girls and I wanted them separated from you once you started talking a little weird. So that's why they went to stay in that back room where they could close the door and lock it. The bathrooms were back there. There wasn't a bathroom in the front part of the building, so I wanted you not to be able to just go to and from the bathroom and be near my girls. And I believe you snuck back there anyway while I was asleep. And I felt like I'm a light enough sleeper. I'm sleeping up here with you. I'm risking my life. But I didn't see you as a threat. And when I was messing around with my tarot deck, twice the Seven of Swords came up. And I said, Galvin, the Seven of Swords came up twice with you. So what are you lying about? What are you trying to steal from me? And you were like, oh, no, no. Yahweh sent me to be a blessing to the ladies. And I'm like, okay, well, there's a whole bunch of them out there to bless. I'm not interested. Because I knew what that means. You're a loose man. Loose with your little other head, which means you could be a diseased man. If you don't have any integrity and you don't have any discipline and you can't hold back, a woman of integrity don't want that garbage. I don't care how handsome you look. Nobody wants that garbage. That's garbage. So you think about that and see if you can't, well, your life is yours to live.